Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to Virtual Workouts to the NDSC Wellness Center. I'm Joncy and I'll be leading a 30-minute HIIT workout today for you guys. So today during the workout, I will not be playing music, but that is so that you can play your own music during the workout. And please remember to listen to your body. So if you have anything like any shoulder issues or any back issues with anything, please choose to do something else during the workout. I will say alternative moves that you can do for it, but please be aware of those so you don't further hurt yourself or injure yourselves. And then also we will be on the floor for part of the workout. So I will have a yoga mat down, and I also do have padded carpet in my house. But so you can either go on padded carpet or you can lay a blanket down if you don't have a yoga mat, but just something to make that floor nice and soft for you. So let's get started with our warm-up, and we're going to start off with some lateral hip openers. So we're going to take and spread our feet apart, and you're going to lean from one side to the other, and you can do these with me. So from one side to the other, bending that knee. If you have any knee issues, try not to go down too far. You don't want your knees to hurt from this. It should just be helping loosen up your legs. You can take and now keep it low and just kind of go back and forth, or you can keep doing what we were doing earlier, but this just kind of makes it a little lower and it helps open everything up a little more. And then we're going to take and stand it all the way up, and we're going to use some standing side bends. So you're going to take and raise your hands all the way above you. You don't have to have them touching if you don't want to. They can just be straight up. And you take and lean from one side to the other. It doesn't have to be too far. Whatever is comfortable for you. This is just kind of to loosen up that upper body since we loosened up the lower body. Now that everything's pretty loose, because we did our upper body and our lower body, we're going to go into some forward punches with slight leg bends, or you can add a jog with it if you want, but I'm just going to be lifting up and going up on my toes for my leg bends. So you're going to punch forward and leg bends. I'm going to do that for 30 seconds to kind of get our blood going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So punch, you can move those legs, or you can be full running and jogging, but I'm just going up to my toes because we are just getting started here. Keep punching. Imagine there's something in front of you, whether it's a punching bag or a pillow or whatever you want to imagine in front of you. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. So take that down, and now we're going to do something with the legs. We're going to do what's called plie squats. So we're going to take, and your legs are going to go out a little bit further than a normal squat. Your toes are going to point kind of diagonal outwards, and you're going to go down into that squat so that you can try and see if you can get those upper legs to be nice and horizontal with the ground, and you're going to come up and go back down. Remember, you want to keep everything nice and open, and start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So squat and up. You do not have to go down all the way so that your upper legs are horizontal. You can go down as far as you would like. Remember, if it hurts, please do not do it. I happen to find that these ones are a little easier on your knees though than normal squats. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we're going to bring it down right away. So down to the ground, and we're going to do hip extensions. So with those, just for a reminder, flat on your back, feet firmly on the ground. Imagine there's a cord connected to our belly button all the way to the ceiling. And you want to lift all the way up so that you form a straight line, and then back down. And 3, 2, 1, and start. So up and down, lifting with your core and your inner thighs. go up and down. Three, two, one, and relax. We're gonna roll it over onto our stomach, and we're going to do a plank. You can do a plank on your hand if you want, so you can do a high plank all the way up here, but I'm going to do a forearm plank, so I'm going to be down a little lower to the ground on my forearms, and we're going to lift up in that plank in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lift up and hold straight and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try and keep the body nice and straight. Remember not to lift that butt up too high and don't let it sag too low. At a nice comfort level. We're almost there, and 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we're going to bring that all the way back up. And we're going to take and go to a different type of squat now. So we're going to do squats with a left kick. So we're going to do a set using our left side, and then we'll come back and do a set with our right side. So we're going to take and we're going to go down into a normal squat. And we're going to kick out with our left leg. Remember to kick out, but make sure that there is nothing beside you that you could be kicking. That wouldn't be good. But start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So squat and kick. Remember, you can kick as high as you would like. You can kick all the way up. You can kick a foot off the ground. Wherever is comfortable for you. It just gets a little extra leg lift in there. And 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to bring it back down, and we're going to do those hip extensions again, except with just using the left leg. So we're going to take and we're going to cross the right leg over our left, so you can either cross it over or hold it up or keep it on the ground. And when you lift up, so you're going to bring it up like that, or you can cross it over and lift up like that, or you can keep it up and lift up like that. Either or, but choose one and start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm going to do those straight out by the ground and lifting it up with me. But whichever one you choose, it's preferable to do that for both of them. So remember which one you're doing. We're almost there. And 3, 2, last one. And then we're just going to stay and roll over. And we're going to do a left side plank. So again, I'm going to do it on my forearm, but you can do it on your hand if you would like. So you can be all the way up. But I'm just going to be down on my forearm. Your feet can either be stacked or one in front of the other. Hand up, hip, or kind of helping balance if you need. But start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So remember, try and get the body nice and in a straight line. Everything up off the ground except for your feet and your forearm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stay nice and balanced. Doing great. We're almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. So now we're going to take and bring it up. And now we're going to do all those 3 things, but now using the right side. It's really important to keep your body balanced when you're doing workouts. So if you're doing them without necessarily an instructor, you want to make sure what you do to one side, you do to the other body. It helps keep your body nice and balanced and strong all around. But get ready for those squats with that kick in 3, 2, 1, and go. So squat and kick out to the right. Remember, you want to watch for anything beside you. almost there in 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to bring it back to the ground. And we're going to do those hip extensions again, but this time using the right leg. So last time, whatever you did with that leg, whether you have it out, up, or crossed over, you're now going to take and do that with your left leg. And you're going to get ready for those hip extensions in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember to lift all the way up and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. In 3, 2, last one. There we go, and now we're going to take and roll over and get ready for that side plank. Remember, I prefer that if you're up on your hand for the other side, you do that also on this side, whichever works for you though. Be ready to lift up in that plank in 3, 2, 1, and go. So up, up, up. Halfway's there, so keep holding, keep squeezing. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Then we're going to roll over onto our back. And we're going to do what's called opposite arm leg touches. So what you're going to do with those is you're going to lay on your back and take whichever arm you'd like and reach that towards your opposite foot. You come back down. You're going to reach up and reach, and you can curl and lift that shoulder up in a slight crunch. Go back down, do the same thing, lift up in that kind of half crunch and back down, and start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So curl up and down, up and down. You do not have to touch your arm and your leg together. You can just reach them towards each other. Three, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to stay on our back, and we're going to actually bring our feet up so that our knees are pointed upwards. And what we're going to do is marching leg raises. So you're going to stay up in that hip hold position. And you're going to take and march one leg up and down, the other one up and down, and keep going and staying in that squeeze position, and start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So squeeze up and march, march. Keep that going. Nice and squeeze the entire time. We're almost there. Three, 2, 1, and relax. But we're going to stay in this position for right now, because what we're actually going to do for the last thing before the break is going to be a hip bridge hold. So for that, you're just going to take up and go in the hold position, and you can hold that. Or we can have an added option with it that I'll explain once we get started here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lift up. And if you'd like to add something to it, you can pulse your legs towards each other. So if your feet are a little ways apart from each other, you can squeeze your knees in towards each other using your thighs and your glutes. Or you can just continue to hold, whichever you prefer. in 3, 2, 1, and relax. And take. And now is going to be our little break in the middle. Great time to get that drink of water. Remember, you want to drink enough water while working out, but you don't want to drink too much that when you get doing stuff, you can feel it moving around in your stomach. That's not great either. That's not really comfortable for your body. But what we're going to do, we still have a couple seconds left of our break, but I'm going to start explaining the next thing. And what we're going to do next after the break is going to be bicycle kicks. So that's going to still be on the ground, so we don't have to stand up yet. But what that's going to be, for those of us that need a refresher, is you're going to be on your back, and you're going to keep your back flat on the ground and lift your legs up, and you're going to bicycle them around in a bicycle kick. And try to have them extend all the way out in front of you, all the way down, even though we don't normally do that on bicycles. But that just helps us get the full range of motion while we're on land. And we're going to actually get ready to start here, so you can take and put those water bottles up to the side. We're going to have just a couple more seconds, but they'll give you time to set that water bottle up and kind of get settled back in to get going again. We have about 10 seconds on the clock. Also with bicycle kicks, just for an added thing, the lower you get them to the ground without touching the ground, the more they're going to work your core. So if you would like to do that, but start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So start that bicycle kick up. Remember, we want to avoid touching our feet to the ground, but if they have to, that is okay as well. Three, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to sit up, and we're going to actually do V-ups now. So it's going to be 2 core things in a row, which we can do. You can do it. So we're take and we're lean back and then go all the way up to a V, or if you would like, you can have your legs straight in that type of V, but I'm just going to have my legs here. So out and up, but get ready to start that in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we don't want to lay down all the way backwards. You want to keep that core engaged. Really working those abs and that entire core right here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're almost there. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And now we're going to take and roll over, and we're going to do a little bit of cardio. And we're going to do mountain climbers. So with those, remember, those are at your own pace. You can choose to do whatever speed you would like with that. But you're going to go up into that plank position, and you're going to bring your leg towards your chest and back down. So keep that marching, and get ready to start those in 3, 2, 1, and go. So remember your own pace. Be careful not to slip, please. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to roll that back, so we're sitting down again. And now we're going to take it backwards a little bit, and we're going to go to just that V-sit. So instead of that V-up, we're going to do a V-sit. So again, you can take and do whatever level you would like with your feet. You can hold them here, you can hold them so that your shins are nice and horizontal to the floor, or you can hold it up in that complete V, wherever you would like. But start in 3, 2, 1, and go and hold. squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Three, two, one, and relax. We're going to lay it back again, and now we're going to do reverse crunches. So instead of lifting our upper body up, we're going to lift our lower body up. So with those, you can take and you can just either lift up to here, that your lower body is just slightly off the ground, or you can take and lift all the way up, wherever you would like. But start those in 3, 2, 1, and go. So straighten out your legs into whatever level you choose. And 3, 2, last one, and relax. And we're gonna sit up again. And we're hitting it hard with that core, because we're gonna do another core thing next, and that's going to be Russian twists. So it's gonna be really similar to those V-ups and V-sits. So you're gonna sit back and balance on sitting, and you're gonna lift your feet up to whatever level you would like. You can have them in the total V-ups with your legs straight, wherever, and you're going to take and twist your upper body. And start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So twist with that V-sit. Keep holding, keep squeezing. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And now we're going to take and stand up. And we're going to take and go to side lunges. So we're going to start right off the bat with our left leg. But what that's going to look like is you can put your hands on your hips, take your left leg, extend all the way out into a side lunge, and come back up all the way. If you do have knee issues and you don't like that impact all the way down on your knee, you can step and do lateral hip openers, kind of with just leaning towards one side more than the other. But start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So down and up. In 3, 2, last one. We're going to take and we're going to do the other leg right away. We're not going to do something in between. So you can kind of get ready for that right leg and get ready to start that other leg in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lunge out and back up. And 3, 2, last one. And now we're going to take and we're going to do a little balance core work. And we're going to do standing opposite arm leg holds. So I'm going to start by standing on my right leg. And I'm going to have my right leg down. So my left leg is going to be out. And my right arm is going to be reaching forward. So you're going to reach and hold. And it is okay to hold onto something and watch out for stuff around you so you don't almost hit something like I almost just did. You're going to take and hold out and reach and squeeze in 3, 2, 1, and go. So reach and squeeze. It is okay if you topple a little bit. You can hold onto a chair or something if you would like. It'll help you hold your balance a little bit more. And take and relax that down. Kind of shake out your body a little bit to get rid of the tension from squeezing it into position so much. We're going to get ready to do the other one. So now, remember, one side of the body is usually better at balancing than the other. So odds are, unless you just followed me, you probably did your better side. So now we're going to take and we are going to switch. So I'm going to have my right leg behind me and my left leg out. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So you'll notice that one side is probably better than the other. That is totally normal. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And now we're going to go to backwards tricep presses next. So we're going to take and stay standing. You're going to bring your arms beside you, nice and relaxed and down. And you're going to take your arms and press them back as far as they can go, to the point that they don't hurt. You don't want it to hurt your shoulders or your arms, but you're going to relax them down beside you and press them back again. And continue that, and ready, go. So press those back. And we're going to take it and switch that to above the head shoulder presses. You're going to take your hands and lift them up and down. So it's like you're doing shoulder presses with the weight machine, but without the added weights. And I know we did them at the beginning, but we're actually going to take and also use them as part of the cool down. So we're going to shake out our hands and lift them back up above us, and we're going to do side bends again. So you can raise them up and side bend over to one side and back to the other. And you're going to take your hands in front of you, cross one palm kind of opposite and the other, cross your palms together so that your palms are facing each other. You're going to take and roll your arms up to give yourself a hug. You can kind of just curl your body in on those hands and then uncurl that. You're going to take one leg, bring it out in front of you, and have the heel towards the ground. And you can bend that leg that's behind you still underneath you. So you're going to pull back into a leg stretch for the one with the toe up in the air. So pull back, and then take and switch and pull back. And cross one arm in front of you. Just giving it a nice little tug. And then take and switch. And then that is actually going to be our workout for the day. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I hope you got a great workout in. And remember to please keep watching the NDSU Wellness Center Facebook page and other social media pages, as well as their website, for updates on other classes from other instructors and the building hours. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week.